This morning for you on Daybreak, we've got the latest details coming your way on a virtual town hall meeting about COVID-19 within Missouri prisons.
And Thanksgiving is tomorrow. We'll tell you how you can safely prepare meals for Turkey Day. Those stories and more coming up this morning on Daybreak. Good morning and thanks for starting your day with us. Today is November 25th. I'm Jennifer Abreu.
And I'm Joe Morano. Of course, this kicks off the massive holiday stretch. I guess you could say Halloween did, but you know, Thanksgiving today, Christmas a month from now. We've got Hanukkah in there. We've got New Year's. We've got all this stuff happening.
Yeah, it's a lot. It is a holiday season, a lot going on at the end of the year.
Yeah, meteorologist TJ Springer is here with us now. About a week ago, was that about a week ago? It felt like spring.
Yeah, and I think it will feel like it tomorrow too, right, TJ?
It's going to be great, guys. And don't judge me too hard. I totally started listening to Christmas music on November 1st, right after Thanksgiving. I mean, Halloween. I don't even know what day it is anymore.
No, not judging you at all.
Not my thing, but I'm not going to judge you for it.
Yeah, I think especially this year it is more acceptable than ever. This is the year you can get away with it, TJ.
I think that's great, yeah. I feel like with everything we've been dealing with, it's nice to have some of that holly jolly feel, you know, going around. So I think it's going to continue here, and even greater with our weather forecast for Thanksgiving, going to be a lot brighter than what we do have in store for our Thanksgiving Eve. Still seeing some cloud cover here in Springfield to kickstart our day, and that's because we're still being impacted by the system that has been tracking eastward. That front brought some heavy rains yesterday. It's now working away from the Color 10 viewing area, seeing some heavy rains now east of I-55. But notice along the I-35 corridor, we have some rain and even some snow popping up on the map. That's because colder air is filtering in behind that low pressure center. We're kind of smashed in between it all here in the Ozarks with some showers lingering, and we'll keep those showers around through at least half of our Wednesday. Temperature-wise, you can see we are cooler out to the west, 39 in Emporia compared to 48 in Camden, 48 in Branson as well. We have 52 in Clinton at the moment. So a nice mix of upper 40s, lower 50s. Temperatures are actually going to cool some through the day. I think our high temperatures will be around this morning compared to later on this afternoon. Still wet, I'm thinking through lunchtime for the commute. We're a little bit better by the ride on home, drier. We may even have a little bit of sunshine to help dry things out by later on. But the clouds are going to be a big factor of our hump day. 48 around 7 o'clock here this morning. We're back into the upper 40s by 3. If we can get that sun, we're going to be watching those showers too. We'll talk more about the rest of our forecast here coming up in just a little while. Joe?
3 children are safe after the car they were in Springfield last night was stolen at a gas station. Police say the kids' parents were outside of the vehicle when the suspect got in and just drove off with the children inside. The suspect was making a turn onto Kearney Street when one of the kids was able to get out. Police were able to pick him up and then locate this car with the other 2 children in there. No injuries were reported, and the suspect was arrested in this. In your coronavirus news for you, the Springfield Greene County Health Department announced 3 more deaths yesterday. It was a man in his 60s and 2 women in their 70s, all 3 with underlying health conditions, and one of them was with long-term care. 191 people in Greene County have died from the coronavirus now.
New information on how Missouri will be delivering the dose. Governor Mike Parson announced a new COVID-19 vaccine website. On mostopscovid.com, you can find information regarding the safety of the vaccines, research and the production process, and when you may be eligible to get vaccinated. The new website will also offer additional functionality as vaccines become available. Again, that's mostopscovid.com.
A virtual forum with Jefferson City branches of the NAACP discussed the topic of COVID-19 in Missouri prisons last night because the state has more than 700 cases and over 200 staff cases. 27 inmates and 4 staff members have died of those numbers. In last night's call, issues were brought up inside some facilities, such as not masking or distancing, with some cases of those who have been exposed or tested positive, and also a lack of transparency overall from the state. The president of the Missouri NAACP says the state's health director and the Department of Corrections declined to be part of the talk moments before it began.
After some questions were asked about the nature of this meeting, some further clarifying questions. So he said he simply had something else to do someplace else he had to be. But we confirmed with him even today his participation in the call for Dr. Williams, and had been trying to reach the Department of Corrections, but not with any luck. The Department of Corrections said that they didn't know about it, mysteriously didn't get the invitation somehow.
To see the video of this full forum, you can find it on the Jefferson City NAACP Facebook page. Also new for you this morning, many Americans are, of course, staying home this Thanksgiving, and it's giving them a chance to prep a turkey for the first time along with other food. Nigel McDonald is in studio today with some reminders from health officials on how you can go about this safely. Good morning, Nigel.
Yeah, good morning. With many of us changing our holiday plans, like you mentioned, it might be the first time ever you're cooking a turkey. Well, Eric Markle with the Springfield Greene County Health Department says following good hygiene is key. He says to make sure you wash your hands with soap and water before and after preparing, serving, and eating food. Use hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol if soap and water are not available. Use 2 cutting boards, one for preparing raw meat, poultry, and fish, and the other for cutting cooked food or preparing salads. Keep hot foods hot and cold foods cold, and put away leftovers as soon as possible.
The big thing with Thanksgiving for me is leftovers. We want to make sure that we get leftovers after the meal. We want to get that food back in the kitchen so it can cool quickly. Leftovers, we would encourage people to eat within 3 to 4 days. And that's probably when you're going to get the freshest. After that, they may look a little discolored and may have an off smell. But above all, with leftovers, we want to remind people that when in doubt, throw it out. If it looks funny or smells funny, don't even try it. Just discard it.
Well, Markle says leaving your leftovers sitting out for hours provides the perfect recipe for bacteria to grow in your food. So as soon as everyone is eaten, get those leftovers in the fridge.
Gotta say, I'm so hungry. Cannot wait for Thanksgiving. We're tracking some rain showers here this morning, having that on our live drive with our daybreak photographer, Tim. So if you are hitting the roads, be prepared for that as the system continues to work away from us. Still have a little more moisture to get through. We'll talk more about that and, of course, the rest of our holiday week forecast coming up next. Don't go away.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Jennifer Abreu, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist TJ Springer. This is Color 10 News Daybreak.